Thank you so much for coming out tonight to our fall concert. All the students in front of you, or will be in front of you, have put a lot of work into tonight, so it is so awesome that we get to share all of that with you. The first thing we're going to have is the jazz band. The jazz band meets twice a week before school for like 45 minutes. So what you're hearing is like not as much work as the other groups, which I find really entertaining because they are working really hard on a totally different style. They're playing things totally different. And we're also going to be doing something called improvising, where they're going to make up a melody on the spot. And it is totally appropriate to applaud when you hear something that you like. And I'll help you guys out at the end of the solos we'll congratulate the people who are doing that. But the first tune that we're going to be playing here is Lucky 7. And that's going to feature 4 soloists. We have Jacob Ennis, Liam Sonoris, Anahi Velasquez, and Soya Kubota. So here is Lucky 7. Okay, our final selection for jazz band is going to be Rollin' the Blues Away. We're going to have 2 more soloists that are going to be doing that as well. That's going to be Soya Kubota and Lily Wisniewski, both back on trumpet. We also had students who auditioned for a an extracurricular, and this is extracurricular, but an outside of school honor band. And we had 2 students that made that as well. So we have Lily Wisniewski back on trumpet. She made that. And interesting enough, Matthew File also made it. He's playing bass. He actually auditioned on piano and made it for piano, and you guys will see him playing trombone later too. So we have lots of talented musicians, and we're going to feature 2 more with Rollin' the Blues Away.
All right, good evening. My name is Chuck Torbett, and I teach orchestra here at Martino. So if you haven't met me, hello. This is our Martino 7th and 8th grade orchestra. We're going to be playing 3 selections for you tonight. I'm going to have some of the students introduce them in a second.
Written in the Latin rock style popularized by Carlos Santana in the 1960s, Porto de Libertad is a piece with 3 contrasting sections including the call and response riff, a lyrical melody, and some section solos with a bass driving rhythm. Composed by violinist and teacher Randy Sabine, this piece has been a lot of fun to learn, and we're happy to start the concert with Porto de Libertad.
Adoration by Florence Price is a piece adapted from a song she wrote 70 years ago from solo organ, with textures and hymn-like melody and feeling of tranquility, set in 3 sections, the outer melody, minor one, another, while the middle section has more adventurous harmonies.
All right, before we play our last piece, I just wanted to, you're going to notice that some of them are shifting around. I always try and shift the violins around on each piece. The violins are split into 2 different groups, so I like to give them a chance to play both parts. The first 2 songs, I just kind of divided them in half, and then they switched parts without switching seats. So if you heard the melody coming from the middle of the orchestra in Cuarto, that's why, because the middle kids were playing the first violin part. Anyway, our last one is coming up.
Die Meistersinger is an opera comedy set in the mid-1500s in Germany. Walter loves Ava, but there's always a but, isn't there? But she is set to be given away as the prize for a singing competition. Walter joins a group of master singers in order to win her love and her hand in marriage. What could go wrong? Our March of the Meister Singers is their entrance music to the competition. Please enjoy our closing piece, Sandra Dachau's arrangement of Richard Wagner's famous march.
Sorry, I should have said this before I gave the microphone to Lillian. So Mr. Rinke mentioned ILMEA. It's the Illinois Music Educators Association, and they do a honors groups, orchestra, band, jazz band, chorus every fall. And we had two of our orchestra members win their auditions. That would be Avery Wise and Marilyn Mudd. Go ahead and stand up. So they'll be going. They'll be performing honors orchestra with about 80 area students from all over the south suburbs and Chicago in the beginning of November. All right, here's our last piece. Thank you so much for coming. It's been wonderful working with all of these kids this fall, and we're ready to do the next one.
And it is my pleasure to conduct the Martino Chorus. We meet after school twice a week for about an hour each time, and we also steal people from the band and orchestra. How many of you are in band? Thank you. And orchestra? Thank you for sharing. We are a team here in the music department with band, orchestra, and chorus. As you can tell, Mr. Torbett wanted to relive his college days of moving furniture. And I'm also excited to welcome our pianist, Mr. Danny Singh. While we're getting set up, I'll just load all of my speeches here. Thank you over here to Dr. Bruin, our principal, for your support of the music department. We appreciate it. And we also have two students from chorus that will be representing us at the ILMEA District Festival in November. And we have two 7th graders, Sophie Rodeo. And Elizabeth Gennady. And without further ado, I'll turn it over to the students to introduce our songs.
My name is Sienna Jensen, and our first song of the evening is called Someone. This original work highlights the mysterious and haunting text from one of England's best-known poets, Sir Walter de la Mare. Walter de la Mare lived from 1873 to 1956 and was one of England's greatest poets, writing especially for children. The minor key, along with the music's short staccato themes, add to the sense of thrill and question found in the song's unique text.
Someone came knocking at my wee small door. Someone came knocking, I'm sure, sure, sure. I listened, I opened, I looked to left and right, but now there was a stirring in the still, dark night. Someone came knocking at my wee small door. Someone came knocking, I'm sure, sure, sure. I listened, I opened, I looked to left and right, but now there was a stirring in the still, dark night. Only the busy beetle tapping in the wall. Only from the forest the screech owls call. Only the crickets whistling while the dewdrops fall. So I know not who came knocking at all, at all, at all, at all, at all, at all. Someone came knocking at my wee small door. Someone came knocking, I'm sure, sure, sure. I listened, I opened, I looked to left and right, but now there was a stirring in the still, dark night. Someone came knocking at my door. Someone came knocking at my door. Someone came knocking, I am sure. Someone came knocking. I listened, I opened, I looked to left and right, but now there was a stirring in the still, dark night. Came knocking, someone came knocking, 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 knocking at my door. I'm sure, I'm sure.
This reflective concert piece honors the human condition, spreading the universal message of peace. The Clouds was one of the first songs written by Cynthia Gray, who was a composer and music educator. Her career in composition grew from inspiration to write music for her own students. Her music covers a range of styles, themes, and often focusing on the human experience, emotions, and storytelling.
Gently falling rain
legendary ghost ship in Knoxville folklore. The ship is said to be cursed to sail the seas forever, unable to make port. The legend has been the inspiration for numerous works of art, literature, and music.
The hauntingly beautiful melodies of the ghost ship serve as a reminder that even in the face of mystery and uncertainty, there is an irresistible call to set sail into the unknown.
Now listen well as I tell the tale of the night I shook with fear. We were sailing west on the open sea, heading home from a long, long year. I was standing watch all alone that night when I heard a wailing cry. I strained to see what the sound could be. Something flashed and caught my eye, and the cold wind blew, and the cold wind blew. 'Twas then I spied off the starboard side a strange, mysterious sight. I froze with fear as it drifted near like a ghost in the dark of night. I could see a sail on a broken mast and deserted decks below. From all around came a mournful sound, but I saw not a living soul. And the cold wind blew, and the cold wind blew, and the cold wind blew. Well, I held fast to the forward mast as the ship moved slowly on, and I watched that way till the break of day, when I knew that it finally had gone. When they laughed and joked as I told my tale to the captain and the men, but the story's true, I can promise you, and it's sure to happen again. Yes, it's sure to happen again. And the cold wind blew, and the cold wind blew.
Good evening and hello. My name is Brenna Evans and I'm an 8th grader at Martino Junior High. The band has prepared an Americana theme for tonight's concert. Our first piece of music is a march called Alamo by Carl King, arranged by James Sturgeon. This piece of music was composed by someone that literally ran away from home to be a musician in the circus. Live bands at the circus were very popular in the early 1900s. If you close your eyes and listen, you can hear the sounds of carousel and the energy that you usually find at the circus or fair. Carl King wrote for a young band like ours so we can develop different skills in the same piece of music. We have been working very hard to show different styles and volume levels while playing our instruments. Please enjoy Alamo.
Okay, while we get ready for our next tune, I wanted to take a quick moment to mention our New Lenox music boosters that we have. If you saw the table out front, there's going to be representatives from the music boosters that are going to be there to answer any questions and talk about involvement in the music boosters. We're coming out of COVID and we're going to try to start doing some more field trips, some more activities, and the music boosters has helped supplement some of the transportation costs when it comes to those sorts of things. And then we've also purchased quite a few instruments that you see in front of you. The vast majority of our clarinets are all like intermediate level things, and we just have a lot of things that we're trying to work towards. So if you want to stop by and get a snack on the way out and talk to some of our music boosters, that would be great.
Our next piece is When the Stars Began to Fall. Good evening and hello. My name is Nora Yusuf and I'm an 8th grader in Martino Junior High Band and Pep Band. When the Stars Began to Fall is an African-American spiritual first published in a collection of songs called Slave Songs of the United States in 1867. This was the first collection published after the Civil War, documenting songs of the American slaves. The lyrics of the song are as follows: My Lord, what a morning, my Lord, what a morning. Oh my Lord, what a morning when the stars began to fall. You'll hear the trumpet sound to wake the nations underground, looking to my God's right hand when the stars began to fall. In this setting, sounds of the band are utilized which express a longing for the end of time, when there would be no pain, no sorrow. The last line of the refrain serves as the title of this setting. We hope you enjoy When the Stars Began to Fall.
Okay, before we play our last piece of music, I would also like to honor or recognize a couple of students who qualified for that Illinois Music Educators Association's honor group. Those members of the band, and when I call your name, please stand up, are Aaron Tucker, Lily Wisniewski, Soya Kubota, Jaden West, Matthew File, and Logan Marino.
My name is Violet Scala, and I'm an 8th grader in the Martino Junior High Band. Our final selection is The Let Eternal by James Swearingen. On February 3rd, 1943, the SS Dorchester, an American troop transport vessel, sank in the icy water off the coast of Greenland, the victim of a German U-boat. Of the 904 men on board, 605 were lost. Among those who perished were 4 Army chaplains, each of a different faith, each called to the same duty. The testimony of the survivors tells the story best. As overcrowded lifeboats capsized, as rafts drifted away empty, and men milled around on deck in the ragged edge of panic, the only fragment of hope came from these 4 men. And when the life jackets were gone, they gave away their own. As the survivors swam away, they remember the chaplain standing, their arms linked and braced against the slanting deck. They were praying the words of prayer in Latin, Hebrew, and English, addressed to the same God. Thank you so much for coming to tonight's concert, and have a great night.